So how was it? How was it during the pandemic? Because I was looking at an interview yesterday on Vlad TV with Lunell.
Yeah.
And Lunell was saying like she put out a post, and she thanked people like Vlad. She said that covered her expenses. Now, how was that like coming off tour, family wise, financially wise? That was a crazy time.
It wasn't as hard for me. I had some money from one of my specials, and I licensed one of my albums, so I had the money from that because I couldn't get the the kickback, the PD. They wouldn't give me none of that shit. They was like, hey, fuck you, Albie Shore, you ain't getting nothing.
Wow.
So I couldn't get any of that. So I luckily had albums that I would license, and then what I did was I wait till after that, and then I bought it back.
So you did like the term license situation.
Yeah.
That was a quick term.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I did that. I did it because I have 4 comedy albums, and I licensed I think 2 of them because the one ran out, and I was like, okay, we need to do another one. So that's what. So I had the money from that, and from one of my specials.
Okay, so like we was talking earlier, we was talking about Paul Mooney, and
I'm sorry, Mr. Mooney.
Mr.
Watch your tone. It's Mr. Mooney. This nigga doesn't understand. I'm telling you, it's Mr. Mooney.
Yo, that was my man. That was my man.
He told a crazy joke that was so funny.
What?
He said it was this little white kid, and it was
I know the joke.
Somebody brought him over.
Yeah.
And gave him a cake.
Yeah, he said I've only been black for 5 minutes. I already hate you.
But I hate you.
But see, the thing is, like Mooney, when you like comic wise, when I say he gives 0 fucks, he gives 0 fucks. And Dick Gregory cared, but it had to be a point to it. So when Dick Gregory would always get on my back about reading more.
Okay.
Reading as much information so when you can back up what you're saying on stage. And Paul Mooney was more like, don't bite your tongue.
Okay.
So when I would open for him, that was his main thing he would tell me.
So what do you think about some of the young comedians that are out right now?
Garbage. All you, I'm pulling Cat Williams. All you motherfuckers is garbage.
Yeah.
You funny as bag of dead babies. You funny as throat cancer in an opera singer. And your mom should have never had you. Like, and then all of a sudden they go viral. They go, oh, what the shit? No, I mean, like,
you think Tiffany Haddish is a good comment?
Hey man, I'm gonna take a sip.
Cheers. May your Tiffany champagne.
Yeah, Tiffany is a star. So that. So it offsets whatever I think is funny because I have my preference. Like I like Cory Holcomb.
Okay.
And I like the people I like, and even I like Chris Rock. Even though people say, oh, to me he's funny.
He's hilarious.
And he says some edgy shit, and he says shit that other comics.
He knows how to habitually line stuff.
Yeah, I mean...
He knows how to habitually line stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, his bit about the bad apple is one of the most... Like, he said, white people say, we're not all bad apples. You can't have no bad apples if you're a doctor.
Right.
Or if you're a pilot. You can't be a pilot and be like, I think I'm going to land this plane today. Or maybe not. Like, you can't be that. So, Chris thinks a different way. Like, my new shit is really edgy, and it's working. So, because I luckily just I don't want to cater no more.
So Kevin Hart just came out and he was talking some shit about like
Kevin.
Yeah,
Kevin. I don't know why he's. Does he have a twitch or some kind of?
That's like part of his thing.
Yeah, I think he got hand Tourette's. I think he just too much of that. But no, that's my man. I'm on the radio. I'm on Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud radio with Quake. He got a thing called Quake's House. I'm on that show. And Kevin work ethic smokes half the people out there. So Cat can say whatever you want. Kevin's work ethic is shit.
Is he like clone? Because I don't know how he does all this.
I just think he got his team tight. And if he was clone...
Is it 2 of them running around?
There's 2 of them, and
I think do it.
I think the one is the one that fucked that other girl on the side.
Yeah, that wasn't him.
That wasn't Kevin.
Yeah,
but no, I think Kev. I watch him and his work ethic makes me work hard.
Really?
Yeah, this is a cool little vibe y'all got here.
Yeah, man.
Look at the little bottles, little cigars.
Man, cheers to that.
Yeah, see, cheers to that with just little cigars.
Kevin came out and said that he wasn't going to. They asked him if he was going to host a major, like Oscars, and he said he's not going to do that. He said he doesn't think it's fit for comedians.
It's not. It's corny. It's like corny.
Are y'all saying that because Chris Rock got said?
No.
I didn't hear y'all saying that before.
Nah,
I'm just saying.
We know Chris is a little slight dude. We know that he wouldn't have did that to half the comics we know. Scruncho would have beat the brakes off him. It'd have been like, Will Smith wouldn't have had a chance.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had a chance, but it's interesting now to hear comedians because that was I remember seeing a Netflix a special on Kevin Hart. And he was so excited about hosting
the awards.
Yeah, and then now the situation happens with Chris, and all of a sudden it's not cool anymore.
No, that wasn't it. It wasn't it. And Joe Cory, a comic, just did it, and he took it to the face. He ate a planet of dicks on stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm happy you said that because I was hoping you would say
yeah,
that.
like if there was a universe of dicks that was around Saturn.
They were smacking him on the head.
They were smacking him all up in the grill. He got dick whelps. But for me, you can't be yourself. You got to be like, and I really do like John Travolta's acting. You got to
right.
do that. I don't like, and I've never wanted, people are like, oh, you never want to be on Saturday Night Live? Never. Never. I don't, never. So, no, Kevin's telling the truth. It's corny now. It's like, yo, you want to be to fit in a box, I ain't fitting in. Let me go do this $100 million movie.
Yeah.
And kiss my ass. So
social media changed the game too.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
You do?
I hate it and love it.
Okay.
I love the fact you get your shit out there, but I hate the fact some little corny dude can do a little twick dance and do a little dance. He get 100 million followers and he funny as throat cancer.
Yeah, so, right. But you know, it's interesting. So I represent some social media influencers.
Oh, see, now why you going? Y'all just sat there and let him suck me in. I actually represent the motherfuckers you just did. No, I just said some people, it showed me something.
No, but the thing is this. I've learned from that because I understand where you're coming from. But I've learned from that. I have a client that's 19 that's making $30,000 a month just off of YouTube.
What?
Yeah. And so,
And
so the thing is that you learn this is a new way. I always say we have to update our hard drives. And if you look at as much as people may say like Vlad's a culture vulture, and
no, I like that.
That's a whole other conversation because we should as African Americans be monetizing the culture of hip hop.
Oh, absolutely,
sure.
Absolutely.
So there's that. I mean, that's other races. You're not just going to be able to walk into a Latin arena and just be a black guy that's controlling the whole shit. I mean, it just doesn't work.
Well, what if you talk that way, baby? Hey, I see you're hot. All right.
You better go do a
What if you do that? What if you do that a lot, baby?
A Spanish show that's the biggest Spanish show when you're black.
No, I've done it. I guess they thought I was.
You look a little,
Nah, I'm not Hispanic, but I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. The point is,
I thought you was from Brooklyn.
I grew up in Brooklyn. I don't claim Kingston.
Okay.
I left when I was 3.
Okay.
I can't be. What was I, a baby with a Jamaican accent?
That shit in New York.
Little baby, wah, wah, wah. I mean, I can't. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm saying the bottom line is, like you said, the social media people. It's like, I get it, but you should be able to back it up live if you're going to go do live shows. For comedians.
Most people can't do sets, so Cat Williams, who we're going to be talking about, because he just fucked up the whole internet.
No, look, Cat got that shit off his chest. You know, somebody told me, he said this to me, I don't remember this. He said, I remember Cat dissing you. He said, you tried to go conscious for 10 years. How'd that work out for you? Because my first
How did it work out for you?
Hey man, I was dating girls with toe rings that smell like black love incense, and I was like, hey, you're gonna be doing 2 shows with Erykah Badu. So
you
for
was
me,
a Jones character.
Yeah, so I was it didn't bother. Everybody's like, oh, you ain't getting the big money, but I was still doing all right. I'm like, hey, doing shows with late Nubians and all these little eclectic chicks with afros and shit. It was fine.
I call them Bohemian chicks.
Yeah, a lot of they're Bohemian. That's
Bohemian. So I come from a jazz background, so that's
you know
all
that
I did. That's all I did. Poetry. Yeah. So
the poetry scene, I did Deaf Poets. I was the voiceover for Deaf Poets.
One of my brother, who we actually have top 10 record with, named Malik Youssef.
I know Malik.
Yeah, Malik's my brother.
I know Malik for a long time. And
brother, man.
I did all the promos for HBO's Deaf Poets. It's funny because when I auditioned, they didn't want to use, like my voice was, they said hi. So I came in and did a different one, like, please welcome for Deaf Poets Evolution. And I did that, and that got me a bunch of voiceover work, even though I was just playing around.
I love it. So Taraji recently
She was crying. Did you see her crying?
Yeah.
I just want to tell these. The only thing she did say is bitch ass executive.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Y'all can kiss my asshole.
Yeah.
She didn't say that, but I get it. I think it's the norm. We always have to work 5 times harder. Black folks always have to do. We have to do like warlock magic to get the same shit. I'm stronger, and I'm not. I say it to the camera. I'm stronger than 90% of the comments out there. White boy, black boy, I don't give a fuck you Asian. But if you don't fit in their little narrow,
What is the
program?
What is that program?
Where you won't buck the system, you'll be digestible. I think it's like there's a lot of little yogurty motherfuckers out there. A lot of yogurty fruit at the bottom, lay bitch ass people. And that's what they do.
It's amazing though, because it's amazing how people came out online in the comments that, well, she's making money, what's she complaining about? And it's like, yo, she's complaining about it. She's obviously having.
Oh, she wasn't making the money she was supposed to get. Yeah, no, I think she's absolutely right. But there's people who are afraid to, when you speak out, there's going to be people that are afraid to be near you. I'll give you, I'm not balling out of control like that. That's not that. I was at the Emmys with Mos Def. I wouldn't have got in there without Mos Def. And Chappelle and Mos Def are good friends. I've known Chappelle for a long time. And I was there. Paul Mooney started dissing Tom Selleck. He's standing next to him, and they lost the Emmy to The Daily Show. So Paul Mooney was mad, and I was standing next to him, talking to him. And the publicist that was there with me told me, don't stand near him while he's doing that. Because he was calling Paul, he said, you've never been funny, and you don't understand what funny is, and you haven't been good since Magnum. All your other stuff is shit. And he said that
to his face.
To his face. And I was standing next to him, and the publicist kept tugging me, don't stand near him, because if they get a pic, we don't want that.
Yeah.
So people are afraid of that. And that's why
I fast
snooped. No, I didn't run. He's like, hey, Paul, love you. But I stood next to him. I was like, yo, I mean, how often is Tom Selleck going to hire me? So I wasn't worried about that. I stood next to Paul Mooney. And he was pissed off. He was pissed off at him.
Yeah.
And they had also, the Emmys dissed Chappelle. So.
Well, of course. Well, Chappelle is like a goat. So I'm from D.C., so Chappelle's D.C.
I say he's one of the goats, because I think Chris is up there. I think Chris Rock, Chappelle.
I don't find Chris Rock that funny.
See, a lot of people say that, but I'm telling you, I think Chris Rock is a goat.
I mean, he's definitely a goat.
He's a goat. Chappelle. In fact, Chappelle and Kevin Hart, they look up to Chris Rock.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, he's up there.
Wow. That's
what?
Fact. You just said Chappelle looks up to Chris Rock.
That's what.
Is he older than him?
No, Chris Rock's older.
Okay, Chris Rock, that makes sense.
So it's an OG thing too.
Okay. Yeah, Chris Rock is definitely one of the goats. I try to laugh when I see his specials, and it just.
Well, he's made me laugh, but I laugh at both, but. I'm more as a from the artist standpoint. I'm like, damn, what made him come up with that bit?
Okay.
So comics look at other comics on their bits more than if they made me, because I'm not laughing with. That's funny.
Is Mark Curry considered one of the?
Mark Curry?
Yeah, because he was saying Steve Harvey stole some of his bits.
Oh no, Steve Harvey. Hey man,
he steals bits.
Put it this way, I'm gonna say this: is Steve Harvey can see this shit, and I'm not trying to be on Cat. I ain't trying to follow Cat because I don't like little glittery jackets and shit. That's Cat state. But Steve Harvey, I saved Steve Harvey's life.
Really?
I was doing the Apollo, and I was about to do the Apollo. I was there with the dudes I used to hang was on some thug shit. These is niggas that wear like Timberlands in the shower. Like they was like really like thug, like dip they knuckles in cocaine and knock you out type shit. Yeah. And so I was with and Ben, you know who I'm talking to, Ben, we called him Odd Job. And Steve Harvey, some fans came up to Steve Harvey trying to talk to him.
Yeah.
With him, it was a dude and his wife. And instead of Steve, he said, hey man, we love you, Steve. Can we take a picture with you?
Yeah.
He turns his back on the dude, but doesn't walk away. So the dude walks around again and says, hey man, me and my wife love you. Can we take a picture? He does it again, turns his back to the dude.
Really?
But doesn't walk away. And then the dude got rah-rah. He was like, yo man, you ain't gonna disrespect me in front of my wife. And I don't know where he got his bodyguard, but it was like a chocolate Thanos. Like, he was the biggest Like the biggest nigga I ever seen. I'm like, he had his own atmosphere. He was huge. And he walked over and he pushed him away. My boy saw this, and he wasn't being rude to me because I was up next. I think it was Keith Sweat than me. And my boy's just like, yo, we gonna wait till he go outside for him being so disrespectful. We gonna starve his mouth. And I knew him, so I knew they meant
about
it.
that.
They really meant it. Like, we gonna curb. They used to call curbing people. When you put that mouth
that's
on
a push. You put them on the curb and you
put them on the curb. And he said that. And they was really gonna do it. And I was like, yo, can y'all wait till I need this 750.
Right.
Let me tape the show, because they saw you come in with me. Y'all come back and do whatever.
Right.
Knock his toupee off. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So after he did that, even though he wasn't mean to me, because I basically stopped them from fucking him up. Because they would have just shot Thanos. They would have just shot Thanos, the big security guard. And because he acted mean to those people or acted dismissive, after that, I never liked him. Because I thought, why would you do that? They bought your house.
Yeah.
Fans, like, I stop and talk to people after shows because they, like, I've been blessed that I'm, never had a day job, just tell jokes. They bought
tickets.
The things.
See you,
Yeah, they buy tickets, come see you, they buy you, they support you. You got to be at least cordial. You don't have to bring them to your house or take them to dinner, but you should be cordial.
So to go back to our social media thing, so social media must be a good thing now because years ago, comics could steal jokes and nobody would really know.
Yeah.
But because of social
we would just
media
fight.
now, yeah, you would just
fight each other. No, I'm serious. We would just fight. No, RNSJ got bipped up. They bipped up because he was biting people's material.
Really?
Yeah, flat out.
Was that like a thing that people like? That's like.
Yeah, no. I'm. My thing is, I'm so proud of my shit. I would hate to even think about doing somebody else's shit. I used to hate the fact that I was similar to some other people and not changing my shit up. So I remember what's his name? RNSJ was on Def Jam. Dude named Freeze Love. I don't know if y'all know who Freeze Love. And he was doing the bit on the taping. And Freeze Love, during the taping, said, "I almost see you, homie." And then they got back to LA, and then he saw him. He saw him. And then Arnett tried to take his shirt off, like, we gonna fight. Before he could get the shirt off, bip, 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 bip. So, yeah, there's comics that are very, like, that's my shit.
Did somebody ever stolen one of your jokes?
Yeah. Arnett did a bit, one of my bits. I went up after him and did the bit and said, that's how the bit goes. I don't know why I'm doing Denzel fingers. That's how the bit goes.
Oh, so you got it in the camera heart. You got it in the camera heart.
Then the camera heart. But no, comics, it's such a hard business. It's hard to make it. You could be the funniest motherfucker. I'm looking over at a comic that's a beast now. T. Ward knows what it is, and you could still be the killer, and you're a killer, and you still don't get the same look. So it's a hard business. So I don't take this bit I've been working on for like a year and do it, because if a bigger name act takes your shit, unfortunately the general public thinks that's their bit, not knowing it was some new comics bit.
That's that. So what Cat Williams talked about, the specials.
Yeah.
The young
generation. He don't like Tiffany. I know that.
Yeah, he definitely.
No, I seen him like on a radio show, like giving Tiffany the business.
Yeah. But
Kevin likes Tiffany.
Yeah, well, they came up together, kind of, right?
No, not really.
Okay.
Kevin was doing his thing mostly on the East Coast. That's where I knew Kevin from. I knew Kevin from the East Coast. But what Cat did was open up the dialogue. I heard Club Shake Shake went through the roof. I don't know is that true?
Oh, that's true. You didn't see it?
No, I mean I knew that interview went through the roof, but I mean his whole show.
Oh yeah, whole show blew up.
The numbers
You just changed
went up. So if anything, even though it caused controversy, I think Shannon Sharp, Skip. Hey, listen, Skip. Let me tell you something, Skip. He should thank Cat. Yeah. I don't think it was a bad thing. I just think that some of the stuff Cat said I thought was absurd, but most of it I kind of went, kind of. But some of it was absurd. Come on.
Well, again, that's the power of the internet.
Yeah.
Now. And that's one of the things where it's like being able to leverage, understanding like what the internet is nowadays. You can use it to your advantage.
Yes,
I mean, his tickets prices went up.
I heard, yeah. But see, if you look at Chris Rock getting slapped, his ticket prices went up, and his special was one of the highest rated specials in history of Netflix.
Wow.
57 million people watched it the first night. 54 million people watched it the second night. The last 11 minutes where he was dissing, he was basically dissing Jada, he was dissing Will. If you watch the special, the last like 11 minutes, he's going in on them hard.
Going in.
So, and it spiked when he would do that.
Wow.
It spiked, so people like that kind of shit. But internet, you represent internet artists.
Culture, yeah. So
Yeah.
as music producers, I find like talent. I have a couple of clients that have like
Right.
millions of followers. They're like 19
Damn.
years old, and just it's been a learning lesson for me.
Well, tell them to tag me, goddamn.
Yeah.
In fact, all of us need to get tagged. At comedian Shang on here, IG, and Tickety Talk.
Well,
The
we
Tickety
should,
Talk.
well, we should talk about doing something like that because I think bridging. So one night, this is gonna sound like a flex, but it's the truth. I had dinner with
Nothing wrong with flexing.
I had dinner with Quincy Jones. And Quincy,
Wow. Okay, that's a big fact. So the other night, I'm having a little dinner with Jesus, the Lord. Why'd you try to act like it was a low flex? He said, so I'm sitting there with Quincy Jones and the Ghost of Prince.
Hey, make sure you motherfuckers in the end put the picture of us at dinner.
Like, I mean, you can't. That's a huge flex.
That's you know, one thing he said, we sat down and we had dinner, and one thing he said, and it shaped a lot in my life. He said it's important to know where you are, but it's also important to know what's coming around the corner.
Right.
And like, with some of these comics out here that are online and are doing their thing, you should be mentoring them and showing them the game.
I have.
Okay.
And it's helped my numbers.
Okay.
But there was a comic, and he's very good. He's a cool dude. Juan Jones.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking I'm saying this right. And he asked me to go on the road with me, and he had a whole crew, a staff. I'm like, nigga, I should be going on the road with you.
Yeah.
He got like 5 million followers. I'm like, no. But he asked me to watch his set.
You give him feedback.
Right, because he know I'm an OG. He said, watch my set so I can see if it's funny, and he was funny. But I mean, he's so far past me. Like I'm lucky that I don't have to have a day job. I'm lucky that I can like sustain myself, and I do pretty well. But I'm such a grinder. I hustle my ass off, and it's about that. And then when you get the opportunity, like I try to crush.
Yes.
Like if somebody's like up there fucking around and diddling with their act, I'm trying to go up there and murder. You know.
Okay, so you stuck in an alley. You go and take 3 to 5 specials.
Oh shit.
With 3 to 5 specials. Right?
See this, but then if you don't say the other comics, like I saw the little thing, so I ain't funny. I'm like, no, there's so many funny comics. Like I'm a laugher. I'm like, you know, some comics like sit there and watch another comic. I'll sit there and laugh. I mean, there's some shit. There's been people that I thought, oh damn, he didn't do a good set all the way through, but that one joke.
Yeah.
So I would say my number one would be Elephant in the Room, Patrice. Number one. I actually like Chris Rock's Bring the Pain a lot. There's Bring the Pain, and then there's Bigger and Blacker.
Yeah.
I like Bring the Pain a lot. I would say that's 2. Even though I know some people are like, oh, I don't know if she ain't really popping. I like some more.
Some more.
I think she got swag. I like her stuff. But special wise, she hasn't had a special that broke through. But I would say Chris Rock. I would say Shane Gillis. This is a white boy that's just out of his mind. I would say Eddie Murphy. This is. Can you go old?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I would say Delirious.
Okay.
Still,
Although it probably wouldn't stand up today.
you don't think so?
With the cancer culture.
Oh yeah, because he did say some wild. Okay, you're right. But I mean, special wise,
But it's special wise.
it would be Eddie Murphy, Delirious, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what is that 4?
That's 4.
And then I got one more. I'm still a fan of Paul Mooney. Because he was, to me, some people don't think he's fearless. My pops didn't like him because, you know, in the some of the cultures they call them bati boys or a bati, a swishi. He felt he was a little too feminine. My pops. And then one time he didn't call me by my name.
Man, one time he hit on my grandma.
What? I'm just telling you.
Hit on my grandma.
I'm telling you.
I was in New York in the Village,
And Paul hit on.
Paul and my
He could have possibly been related.
He said she looked like what's that singer? That older singer.
She looks
Lena
like
Horne.
Lena Horne.
Lena Horne.
I like Lena Horne's shit.
But no, Paul Mooney. But no, Paul Mooney.
He was great, man.
But I remember I did Caroline's with him, and my pops was there, and he's to my pops and his boys. My father used to wear the little button-down vest with the Kangol and the suit, like he wore a suit with the vest and the hat and the whole, and he'd come with 4 dudes and they come to me.
Do you think Paul Mooney, you think Richard Pryor has the level of success without Paul Mooney?
Richard Pryor far more than iconic than Paul. But Paul used to call me angry yellow nigga. He would call me by my name. And my pops was there, and when he did that, my pops was like mad, wanted to come in the green room and slap him.
Yeah.
And then I remember there was a comic, Tony Woods. He fired Tony Woods and left me on the show. And after that, my pops was like, I'll come see you, but I won't stay to see Paul.
Wow.
And I think Richard Pryor, but if not all of Richard Pryor's specials, because some of them I like, but the one where he was Live on Sunset.
Live on Sunset Strip.
Yeah, that would be my number 5.
That's
Yeah, because Richard Pryor, there's a ton of comics that wouldn't be around if Richard Pryor wasn't who Richard Pryor was.
Nobody said
I think Eddie
Harry
Murphy.
Coke and his smile.
Yeah. Oh man, I think Eddie wouldn't be here without Richard.
Makes sense
To me,
So,
that's my opinion.
What's next for you?
And what's next for me? And can I say some? I thank everybody for watching my special, Shang. We went to 1.2 million.
Congratulations.
1.2 million views, Amazon Prime and Apple TV. I'm gonna do another special probably in May. With all of the new stuff, especially with the political climate right now. I got a lot of stuff, and the orange bitch ass is running against Ancient Man, and so I'm going to have a lot of new jokes pertaining to that, and I'm gonna break them down, and it's gonna be broke down in 2 different. This special gonna be 2 different styles of comedy.
Okay.
But and I'm gonna make sure I do that. That's coming up next.
When does that come out? You know yet?
I'm gonna shoot it in May.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna shoot it in May, and then I'm working on. It's called. It's old school. It's called Rap the Vote, Rock the Vote. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do tours where we're gonna give. If you register to vote, you can get into the show for free.
Really?
Because we want to get a lot more young people out there. Because this election coming up is gonna be a motherfucker. So I want to get more awareness to it. So we're gonna do Rap the Vote, Rock the Vote. And the Rock the Vote is, for the white bros that like, the music, so they're gonna come, and then you got Rap the Vote, and then get hip hop artists to host it. Even if they're not funny, they'll just host it.
Yes.
And then they'll bring out 3 comics, and there'll be 3 comics come out. But there's some people that are funny though. There are like that hip hop artists that are very funny.
Yes.
And so that's the next thing for the fall, because I think the election is gonna be.
Yes, it's gonna be something.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of rednecks gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad if he lose.
Remember we were so naive to think that when Obama came in office, everything was just gonna change.
Did you think that?
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't think that. I didn't think Obama was gonna change. No, I think that racism and the idiocy is so deeply entrenched in America. There's no fucking way.
You're right.
They were like, Obama could have been a celestial and came here and cured cancer, and they still would be like, that nigger gets on my nerves.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think that though.
Oh, yes, we can.
Yeah, yes, we can. Well, and that's why they said that's why we got Trump, because they said, yes, we can put an idiot in office.
Yeah, we can for sure. It's definitely, just talking to you and just your wisdom and things like that. Definitely we have to connect some dots on social media.
I got to get that popping. I'm doing okay though. I'm not doing great, because if I was doing great, I'd be like at the level of Matt Rife and all these other people.
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
And it's keeping me afloat. But the way you pop off is when you're in the millions.
Yes.
And if you don't have that, like Tiffany Haddish, I think last time I checked, she's like 5 million in. She's killing it. And so you got to be kind of
in that wave.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do something. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna smack I'm gonna smack Cat Williams. I'm gonna smack Chris Rock again. I'm gonna make sure he gets smacked. Kevin Hart, and then I'm gonna smack as many comics as possible.
That'll do it.
And I'm gonna film it.
That'll do it.
And,
That'll do it.
and then I'll come back for the interview. Go, and I'm gonna have a fur coat next time I come back. I'm gonna come back with like gonna be two like naked women sitting next to me. Yeah, ask me some questions, but I got my Rolls Royce helicopters outside.
I love it.
Yeah,
well,
so
cheers. Thank
cheers.
you. Love to share, help to feel, friends who care.
Definitely.
Welcome to the lounge.